Is this a new one? Excellent. She'll tell us about it.
I'm a variety act in my own life. When I'm not playing marimba, I am a writer by trade and a colonel. I have so far 4 books in this series. It's the Darcy W. Carter series. And because I'm doing a master's degree, this one keeps getting put onto the back burner. But this is Prophet Without Honor, the newest one. And I'll set it up. This is coming at the beginning of the book. They have just celebrated Christmas together, and Darcy W. Carter, who is the main protagonist, who is a private investigator, and her roommate, Peyton, is talking post-festivities. He has just told a story about his own family. He was homeless, and he has a family that is large, but he has lost track of them. So this is where we're standing at that point. You pulled out all the stops decorating this year, Peyton. When did you find the time to do everything? It was a slow day at work today, he said. I drank a bit more of my champagne, feeling a little fuzzy from it. I hadn't had anything to drink in a long while, so even just 1 or 2 glasses could make me feel it. Peyton was watching the Memorex fire on the television screen as though mesmerized. I thought he was falling asleep, but then he spoke up suddenly. I've lost track of most of them, you know. Most of what? I thought for a moment that he meant the decorations. Not what, who. My mother kind of disappeared on me. God, I don't know how long ago. Became a crackhead, and I have no idea where she went. For all I know, she's under some underpass again, or dead. Old Whitney's in a gang somewhere. 3 of my brothers and sisters didn't make it to adulthood, but there's still 2 of them. I don't know whatever became of them. And you never knew your father, I said. That's right, I never knew my father. I blew out air, glancing at my daughter, 1, to make sure she was still resting peacefully, and 2, because I knew this was a sore spot between Peyton and me. Me, a single mother of Sophie, but bound and determined not to let her father back into my life. I don't think Peyton approved of my decision, not least of all because he thought she needed a father. I suppose he was right. It's all about family, isn't it? Just like your dad said, he said. And then Peyton sat up straight, seeming to come to a sudden decision. I want you to find them. Find them, I echoed, again not sure exactly what he was saying. My mother, Whit, my 2 sisters, all of them. I shook my head, trying to clear it of the fog. Your father? He shrugged. Who knows if that's even possible? For all I know, he's dead too. But yeah, my father, if he exists. Find them how? I don't know. You're the private investigator, not me. I want to hire you to find my family. Apprentice, P.I., I said, like a knee-jerk reaction. Peyton hoofed at me. Only 6 months till you're street legal, young lady, and you and I both know you're holding down that office almost by yourself the last few months. I opened my mouth to protest, but then closed it again. He had a point. Ralph hadn't been himself in the past 6 months, and it did seem as though I was doing most of the bread and butter work for the firm. You don't have to hire me anyway, Peyton. I do this for you because you're my friend. He looked over at me, looking sleepy. Yeah, I know you're my friend. You love me like a brother, yada yada, but let me tell you, I'd feel better if I paid you for your time on this one. It's like a commitment then. I'm committing to finding my family. It shows this is important to me. He cleared his throat, still not looking at me. Family is important. I looked past him for a moment into the semi-darkness beyond his head. In the almost 4 years I'd known him, he had never spoken so much about his family as he had tonight. What had gotten into him? And why was it suddenly so important for him to find them? In a way, I worried about him. Tell you what, Peyton, you can pay me the way you pay the rent. Decorate a room for me in return for finding the family. He shook his head. I do that for my rent. That's not going to work. I slapped his knee to let him know I was kidding. Not just any old room, Peyton. In return for me finding your family, I expect you to finally give me a brand new kitchen.